A very warm good morning, dear students. Dear students, today we are just going to deal about Akbar. Okay, so you know who was Akbar and what were the roles of Akbar in order to consolidate or to make the empire, Mughal empire, very strong. He had suffered a lot in order to make the Mughal empire very strong. So initial way in order to make this particular kingdom called the Mughal empire, so he was finding it very difficult. So he had to face a lot of difficulties from other people. So we are just going to deal about those things through this chapter. So we will just read that. So it is given that the succession of Akbar, Akbar's administrative system, and the impact of Akbar's rule, nine gems and other contributions. So all these things only we are just going to deal with this chapter called Akbar. Okay, let us start now. So it is given here. Akbar is regarded as one of the greatest rulers of India. He established the Mughal dynasty and as an empire. So he only made the Mughal dynasty as an empire. Okay. Now he faced many difficulties initially as the Mughal Empire was not consolidated at that time. So it was not consolidated, means it was not very strong, it was not formed as an empire that time. He was guided by his tutor and Humayun's faithful general Bairam Khan. So he was guided by Bairam Khan. In his early days, and even after he became the Mughal emperor, so he was guided by Bairam Khan in his early days, and then after also when he became the Mughal emperor. So Bairam Khan was the person who was guiding Akbar. Okay, when he became the emperor, again he was guiding him. Okay, so we are just going to see about the early life of Akbar. You know, Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. He was born in 1542 century at Amarkot in Rajasthan. So where was he born? Amarkot. So he was born in Amarkot. Where it is situated? He is situated in Rajasthan. So you know, okay. So he was born in Akbar was born in Amarkot, that is in Rajasthan. So please remember all these things. And when he was born, when was he born? In a 1452 century. Okay, in a Amarkot, that is in Rajasthan. When his father was running in search of shelter, okay, living after with his brother Askari and trusted friend Bairam Khan, Humayun fled to Persia. So he was having his very trusted friend Bairam Khan. Okay, so that time who was moving? Humayun. Humayun was just moving towards Persia. 15 years later, Humayun regained his lost throne of Delhi. So you know that Humayun had to. You might have studied about this, the first battle of Panipat. All these things we know. So you know, 15 years later, Humayun had to. So Humayun regained his kingdoms which he had lost. But his sudden death in 1556 century brought Akbar to the throne. You know that at a very young age itself, Akbar had to ascend to the throne because his father died. So at that time when his father Humayun died, that time Akbar was very young. Okay, he was very young, but the death of his father forced him to come to the throne. So he came to the throne. So that is one. But his sudden death in 1556 brought Akbar to the throne when he was barely 13 years old. So what was his age at that time when he became or when he ascended the throne? 13 years of old only. Okay, very young age. Okay, he was very young when he ascended the throne. Who? We are speaking about Akbar. Okay, so his father died at that time. So he had to ascend to the throne at the very age of 13. Okay, so please remember this. When he was barely 13 years old, he became or he ascended to the throne. Although Akbar did not receive a formal education, he was an excellent rider, a hunter, and marksman. See, he was an excellent rider, and also he was a hunter, and also a marksman. See, yeah, he has not received a formal education, but he had these abilities. He had these abilities. Okay, so you can say maybe Bairam Khan has given him training and so. So he was not formally educated, but he was having knowledge about all these things, about the hunting and also about what we can say that. Okay, riding the horse and so on. Okay, so you know all these things. Now let us see about second battle of Panipat. So we all are knowing about the first battle of Panipat. Okay, I need not explain to you these things again and again. So you know you are well aware about the first battle of Panipat. And now what you know about the second battle of Panipat. Okay, anything you know about the second battle of Panipat? Anybody is knowing? So let us see. Taking advantage of Akbar's young age, Hemu, the commander-in-chief of the Afghan ruler, Hemu was a person. The person's name is Hemu. Now you know that Akbar was very young, so people will think that okay, he is very young, so he is not knowing about the system or the administrative system of the empire and so there will be many people to make him fool. No, not to make him fool. There will be many. So one among them was Hemu. So he is a person. So who was he? Hemu. Okay, taking advantage of Akbar's very young age, Hemu, the commander-in-chief of the Afghan ruler. So he was the commander-in-chief. Hemu was the commander-in-chief of the Afghan ruler. Hemu. Okay, remember this name. So Adil Shah, descendant of Sher Shah, captured Delhi and Agra. Okay, Hemu, the commander-in-chief of the Afghan ruler, Adil Shah, descendant of Sher Shah. These all people. Adil Shah also. Who was Adil Shah? This another person is Adil Shah. Adil Shah, who was he? Descendant of Sher Shah. So he is another person, Sher Shah Suri, you know. Okay. And this Adil Shah was the descendant of Sher Shah. So both the people came and captured Delhi and Agra. Okay, both these people. Who all? Hemu and Adil Shah, both of them came and they captured Delhi and Agra. The two armies met on November 5th, 1556 at the battlefield of Panipat, both of them. Okay, they both know Adil Shah and Hemu, they just met each other at the battlefield of Panipat. There was a fierce battle and both sides incurred heavy losses. You see, See, one side are these people, Adil, Hemu, Adil, you see these people are there, no? The two armies met on November 5th and 1556 at the battlefield of Panipat. There was a fierce battle and both sides incurred heavy losses. So they had to suffer, both sides had to suffer, or they had to lose many things. Okay, the battle turned in favor of the Mughals, and when an arrow struck the right eye of Hemu and he became unconscious, there was a panic in his army and his soldiers began to flee. He was taken captive and executed. Akbar regained Delhi and Agra. So, you know that these people, Hemu and the Adil, these people, they were just marching or fighting against Akbar. So he was, they were knowing that he is a very young child only. So easily they can win over against Akbar. That was their thinking or their idea. But what happened? Then an arrow struck the eyes of Hemu. Then what happened? He just fell. Hemu just fell. So he became unconscious. Then he was taken. No? He was taken. Hemu was taken into captive. So suddenly what happened? Those who were the soldiers of Hemu also flew from there. They started to flee from there. They just went away. So he was taken captive. Hemu was taken captive. And then what happened? You see, the battle turned in favor of the Mughals. So the battle was in favor of the Mughals. And when an arrow struck the right eye of Hemu, he became unconscious. So that time he became unconscious. Hemu became unconscious. Then there was a panic in his army and his soldiers began to flee. So they were not knowing. They became terrified. Army of Hemu became terrified and they were not knowing what to do. So they became very panic. The army of Hemu became very panic and they were not knowing what to do. See, Hemu was taken captive and executed. So he was killed later. First one, he was taken into captive and later he was executed. So Akbar regained Delhi and Agra. So later Akbar regained Delhi and Agra. So this is the story about the second battle of Panipat. Okay, so you know about this. Any doubt with regard to this part? If there is any doubt, you can just ask me. That is what the second battle of Panipat. Okay? Okay, fine. So let us see in a detailed manner. If there is any doubt, you can just ask now itself. So otherwise, we can just move towards the Akbar's conquest. So you might have learned or you might have understood something about the Akbar's army and Akbar's empire and so on. So you have seen so far he became king, or he ascended the throne at the very young age of 13. Why? His father died. Okay, so he had to ascend to the throne at the age of 13. So he just ascended the throne at the very young age of 13 years. Okay, so okay, so this is part, and the second battle of Panipat, if you say, so looking at the age of Akbar, okay, Hemu and the others, so these people just came and attacked the Mughal Empire. Okay, so in that battle, what happened? The battle turned in favor of Mughal Empire. Okay, so then what happened? An arrow struck on the right eye of Hemu, and then he just fell. So then suddenly the army of Hemu became terrified, they became panicked. So they just flew from there. So then Hemu was taken into captive and later he was killed. So that is what the second battle of Panipat, and then he regained Agra and Delhi. Okay, he regained. So that is what the second battle of Panipat. Okay.